Maestro? Maestro! You remember me?
No, I don't. Who the devil are you?
I'm your pupil! Your first pupil! Your best and greatest pupil! I'm little Nepomuk, the marvelous boy! You teach me phonetics, you cannot forget me!
Why don't you shave?
Well, I don't have your imposing features, your chin, your brow. Nobody notices me when I shave. But now, I'm famous. They call me Hairy-Faced Dick.
What are you doing here among all these swells?
I am interpreter. I speak 32 languages. I am indispensable at these international parties. You are a great Cockney specialist. You place a man anywhere in London the moment he opens his mouth. I place a man anywhere in Europe.
You are wanted. Her Excellency cannot understand the Greek gentleman.
Yes, thank you. Immediately, this Greek diplomat, he pretends he cannot speak nor understand English. He cannot deceive me. He is the son of a Clerkenwell watchmaker. He speaks English so villainously that he dare not utter a word of it without betraying his origin. So, I help him to pretend, but I make him pay through the nose. I make them all pay.
Is this fellow really an expert? Did he find out Eliza and blackmail her?
We shall see. If he does, I lose my bet.
Well, Eliza, Miss Doolittle, are you ready now for the day?
Are you nervous, Colonel?
Oh, frightfully, yes. I feel exactly as I felt before going into my first battle. It's the first time that frightens you.
It's not the first time for me, Colonel. I've done this 50, 100 times in my daydreams in my little piggery in Angel Court. Daydream now. Promise not to let Professor Higgins wake me, or if he does, I shall forget everything and speak as I used to in Drury Lane.
Not a word, Higgins. Now, ready?
Ready?
Miss Doolittle, Colonel Pickering, Professor Higgins.
How do you do?
How do you do?
How do you do?
How do you do, Pickering? Ambassador?
Is that your adopted daughter, Colonel Pickering? She will make a sensation.
It was so kind of you to invite her for me.
Find out all about her.
Excellent. How do you do, Higgins? You have a rival here tonight. He introduced himself as your pupil. Is he any good?
He can learn a language in a fortnight. Knows dozens of them. A sure mark of a fool. As a phonetician, no good whatever.
How do you do, Professor?
How do you do? Fearful bore for you, this sort of thing. Forgive my part in it.
Professor Higgins, tell us all about this wonderful young lady.
What wonderful young lady.
Oh, you know perfectly well. They say there's been nothing like her in London since people stood on their chairs to look at Mrs. Langtry. Napoleon, very well. Have you found out all about the Doolittle?
I have found out all about her. She is a fraud.
A fraud? Oh, no.
Yes. Yes, she cannot deceive me. Her name cannot be Doolittle.
Why?
Because Doolittle is an English name and she cannot be English.
Oh, nonsense. She speaks English perfectly.
Oh, perfect. Can you shoot any English woman who speaks English the way it should be spoken? Only foreigners who have been taught to speak it so well.
Well, certainly she terrified me the way she said, "How do you do?" I had a schoolmistress. She spoke that way and I was terrified of her. But if she is not English, what is she?
Hungarian. Hungarian. And of royal blood. My blood is royal. I am Hungarian.
Did you speak to her in Hungarian?
I did. She was very clever. She said, "Please speak to me in English. I do not understand French." French! She pretends not to know the difference between Hungarian and French. Impossible. She knows both.
And the blood royal, how did you find that out?
Instinct, maestro. Instinct. No, only the Magyar race have that air of divine right. Those resolute eyes. She is a princess.
And what do you say, Professor?
I say an ordinary London girl out of the gutter and taught to speak by an expert. I place her in Drury Lane.
Maestro, oh maestro, you are mad on the subject of Cockney dialects. The London gutter is the whole world for you.
What does Your Excellency say?
Oh, of course, I agree with Nepomuk. She must be a princess, at least.
Well, not necessarily legitimate, of course. Morganatic, perhaps. But it is undoubtedly her class.
I stick to my opinion.
You are incorrigible.
We better keep an eye on Eliza, eh?
I don't think I can say much more of this. All the people stare at me so. An old lady told me I speak exactly like Queen Victoria. I am sorry if I've lost your bet, for I have done my best. With nothing to make me the same as these people.
You haven't lost it, my dear. You have won it 10 times over.
Let us get out of this. I've had enough of chattering to these fools.
Yes, Eliza's tired and I'm getting hungry. What say we clear out and find us a place to eat, eh?